Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel outside the target demographic. Today is part 4 of my 500 subscriber everyday carry bag review, so let's get into it. So as part 4, we've already covered quite a bit with this bag. We have a lot of nicks and knacks on the exterior of the bag, as well as some smaller individual items located in the individual compartments. So now we're going to be moving into the largest portion of this bag, and that's going to be the main compartment. The thing that I find with most of the other everyday carry bag videos that I've watched on YouTube, and what I don't hear a lot of people talk about, is kind of the thing that I carry the most in this main compartment. And it takes up very little space. It takes up very little weight. I mean, you really do not feel that you're carrying this with you. And that is empty space. As an everyday carry bag, this is a bag I'm going to be carrying every day. The requirements of that day is going to change dependent on the weather, who's with me, if my kids are with me, how long we're going to be out, where we're going to be going, what we're going to be doing. So if I'm going to take the kids somewhere, I'm going to have to anticipate carrying a number of bottles and wipes and diapers and stuff like that, in addition to snacks and food, beverages. If we're going to the beach, then I'm going to have to be able to carry a towel and sunscreen. If we're going out during the winter, maybe a change of clothes, socks and gloves for them, stuff like that. So what I find is having a bag that is largely empty allows you to facilitate what you're going to be doing that day and not have to carry an additional bag with the bag that you're already carrying. So this has worked very well for me. Going to the park, I can shove some toys in there. If we're going out into the woods, I can carry some additional water and stuff like that. So having a bag that isn't already stuffed to the brim and allows you to use it for what your day is going to entail, to me is a no-brainer, but I don't really see that in a lot of other videos. When I'm not hoofing it in the woods or with the kids or what have you, this is my lunchbox. So this does go with me to work. I can carry all the things that I need to as far as lunch is concerned. We have a refrigerator at work. So just the ability to transport the food is really all this is going to be doing. There is no insulation or, soft sidewall cooler, but I could easily slide one in here if I'm doing an extended day trip or something like that. As we go into the back of the bag here, I have a very large, let's put this off to the side. I have a very, very large, very thick Ziploc bag. This could be used for waterproofing. This could be used for transporting soiled clothing, shall we say. The kids are still struggling with the whole potty training thing. So there are a number of uses with this. It could also be used to transport water, maybe not for drinking, but transport water. It is both waterproof inside and outside. So for whatever use I may have for that. This is a bag that I got at Dollar Tree. It gives me another shopping bag. We're looking at about 1 foot by 1 foot for that. Folds up real nice. You'll notice it's a clear mesh material, so I can see the contents of the bag. When we go to the park, the toys and stuff usually get dirty, so I can put it in here and give it a couple shakes and all the sand from the sandbox and all will fall out. Couple this with the, you'll recall from the previous video, I have the carabiner connected here. I can clip this red bag onto that carabiner, and now I have something right off my left hip that is sizable, that I can carry even more things should the need arise. Any bag, even a shopping bag, which I believe I also have on board, would be of service. I'm pretty sure that's all I have up against the back portion, and rightly so. Anything up against this back portion is going to be up against your back, so I don't need anything small and hard that's going to be pressing into my spine as I'm using the bag. As we move into the main compartment here, I have an additional backup. This is a speaker with built-in Bluetooth earbuds. So I am super duper hypersensitive, self-admittedly, to all noise and sound and music and in my environment. So the ability to be able to tune, because it's headphones and music. To tune that stuff out is a benefit to me. I think this was like $16 at a Big Lots, and would recommend. The speaker itself is actually pretty loud if we're at the park or birthday party, stuff like that. Having music playing just for entertainment for the kids and whatnot can be done with this. It's going to be better sound quality than the phone that we usually have with us playing that. The last, well, second to last thing I have at the very bottom here, can't even really see it, but this is $1.25 at Dollar Tree, and it allows me to have a couple of snacks. We have some chocolates, and as this gets depleted and we don't restock the kitchen, I can fill this up with a Ziploc bag of trail mix or, M&Ms or small candies that would just flitter around inside that bag. Having it in a relatively airtight sealed container keeps everything together, prevents whatever you put in there, crackers or what have you, from breaking apart. It's easy to get to. And what I really like about it is this is the same size as my bag. It is the same width as my bag is. So I have found, and I guess we'll skip to, let's see, the last thing in here, which is just a piece of foam. I put this piece of foam, and you'll notice it has the imprints from the bottom, right? So I put this piece of foam down first, and I lay it so it's laying flat against the surface. But this guy now sits on top of it, and it stays in place. Because it is the same dimension as the bag, it actually wedges itself into place. And now that allows me to stack stuff on top of the bag, and the bottom of the bag is going to retain its shape. So between the bottom of the bag retaining its shape and the metal insert that I put in the backing there, the bag can stand on its own. And by having foam there, if I drop the bag or something like that, it's not going to shock directly into that plastic container. And if I put this bag down on wet grass or something like that, it now has the impermeable foam pad plus a 1-inch thick piece of plastic before it starts permeating into the diapers or the jacket or spare clothes or whatever I have that would maybe absorb some of that water into it. It's now going to have a meaningful barrier in between the environment outside the bag and the protected contents inside the bag. This bag has a zippered portion on the front side, I suppose, of the bag, the furthest away from the wearer side. And I don't know why they didn't put the zipper pull up here. They put it at the bottom. So as you unzip it, the entire contents just pour out, as opposed to unzipping from the top. It's still going to act as a pocket and keep everything in place. I would just be able to pull from the top. I don't know why they did that. So the zippered portion is largely unused by me. But sometimes I'll put work gloves in there, working gloves in there. But you could, of course, fill that with whatever you want to. Here's a thing that I do have, though. This is from my high school years. This is the Nintendo DS Lite. I mean, this thing is 20. That's pretty depressing. Anyways, about 20 years old. Golden Sun, the best game on the Game Boy. And then I have a R4 mod chip. And this allows you to use a micro SD card, and you can totally legitimately, legally come in possession of all sorts of really anything. DS games, Game Boy Advance games, Game Boy Color games, original Game Boy games, and all of them will play on the Nintendo DS Lite because it is backwards compatible. So you can download some perfectly legitimately purchased ROMs on there, and you're able to play a wide, I mean, Nintendo has tens of thousands of different titles for their backwards compatible handheld gaming systems. This is still rocking the original lithium ion battery. And I mean, I'm getting probably 6-7 hours worth of runtime out of it. So it's actually pretty decent. But as the kids get older, it is a way for me to entertain them if we're going to the BMV or something like that. During my lunch break, I'll have my earbuds in, listening to something, learning about something on YouTube while I'm gaming retroly. And then I do have the USB charging cable for that as well. This is just an old sock. Cut it off, and you have the ability to store your charging cable and some additional games and stuff like that, and still be able to protect your device. As we go in further, what else do we have? I'm pretty sure that's it. The nice thing about this video is not only am I showing you guys what I have, but I'm also doing inventory on what it is that I carry. So I also have a high visibility scarf, not a scarf, a handkerchief. So I can use this for cleaning glasses or cleaning up a mess that the kids have made. It's super absorbent as opposed to like a t-shirt or something would be. I can clean the inside of the car windows. I can identify where I am in the woods, or if I have a longer piece of wood or hardware hanging out the back of my car, you're supposed to pin a red flag onto it. Well, this is orange, it's close enough. But all the uses that you would have for a handkerchief, I have a handkerchief. Also, my last pair of prescription glasses wraps up nicely in here. Unlikely to get too scratched up, but now I know where my spare glasses are because I'm carrying them with me on the daily. And if I lose, break, kids, bend, and crack the current set of glasses, this one's going to be, 95% of my prescription. So I have those with me for when I need it. That is about what we have for the main compartment there. The takeaways from this video that I would suggest to you is, 1, leave space in your bag. As I said, you don't know what your day is going to entail, what you will or won't need to bring with you. And if you're going to be carrying this bag anyways, go ahead and leave it. I mean, that main compartment's 20% full. So allow yourself the ability to modulate your bag for whatever your requirements that day end up being. Additionally, if you can find a relatively sealable container like I had the chocolates in, and put that as your foundation, then your bag is going to be able to stand up on its own even when this portion is unzipped. That's a lot of weight hanging over the top there. And the bag still sits upright, still hangs open, and I can get to the contents I need to. Additionally, I know if I hit that plastic, I'm at the bottom of the bag. So I know I can't go any deeper, and I could just start feeling around until I find the device that I was looking for. The last thing, even though I may not be using the bag or the handkerchief, by securing it up against this wall, anything that I do push in place, like diapers or the resealable diaper wipes, which if they fall over could start leaking and boo 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 boo, I'm essentially adding some egg crate foam, if you would, some packing material. So anything I can wedge into this place that compresses down these bags is going to be held in place instead of just flopping around everywhere. So you kind of have like a passive tension system holding your gear in place. That's about what we have for the interior of my bag. That is the cuckoo clock. Everyone should have one. Stand by for the grandfather clock. So that's about what we have for this video. I appreciate you guys coming along. I appreciate you guys subscribing as well. We are at 518 subs, about a week and a half past hitting 500. So, I mean, that's a 3% gain in less than 2 weeks. I'm pretty psyched about that. I think too much. I crunch numbers too much. I really need to stop doing it. Hey, there's the grandfather clock. But that is what I had for today. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Any questions, comments, concerns you have, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. If you learned something today, let me know that. If there's something you feel I overmissed, as you can see, I do not mind adding things to my bag. So if there's something that you carry in your setup that you think I could fill a hole, as it were, in my system with, then go ahead and let me know in the comments as well. This is outside the target demographic. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and I will catch you guys in the next video.